Hey Carl, welcome back to the channel. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Absolutely, and vice versa. We did a great, very successful, very interesting YouTube recording last time, and of course, it got a lot of interest in, the crypto space. And this was a couple of years ago, and we've seen the crypto Bitcoin price skyrocket. There's a lot of interest in the question: is Bitcoin still worth buying at these levels, and where do you think it's going?
Exactly. So actually, the number one question I get on a daily basis right now is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Because
Mm,
no one likes to buy at all-time highs. And I understand that because I am the same. But with Bitcoin, it's different because, um, I could probably mention 100 reasons to buy Bitcoin, but let me share with you at least a couple very huge reasons to buy Bitcoin
mm,
right now. So I think let me start with the biggest reason. The number one reason right now is the ETF. So the
mhm,
ETF was launched a few months ago, and the ETF, or an exchange traded fund, makes it, of course, easier for the normal average person to buy Bitcoin, just like they are buying stocks in their stockbroker account.
mm.
And also for institutions to buy Bitcoin that were not allowed to buy Bitcoin because institutions and hedge funds, they have rules. Pension funds, they can't just go and buy Bitcoin. Like, what is this magic internet currency? They have to buy certain shares of companies, and they have rules and regulations. So now with ETF, all of that money is allowed to buy Bitcoin. So there's a huge amount of liquidity that can buy Bitcoin now that could not buy Bitcoin before. That would be a huge reason. Number two, of course, we have to mention that Trump is of course
Mm,
gonna be the president for Bitcoin because he's bullish on Bitcoin. He's been saying many good things about Bitcoin. He even launched his own cryptocurrency, his own NFT collection. He's been buying hamburgers for Bitcoin, and he's basically good marketing for Bitcoin. So um, politically, I don't say yes or no to any government or politician because personally I'm against the establishment. So but any politician that talks about Bitcoin, I appreciate it because that's good marketing for Bitcoin. But other than that, I'm very non-political, so I stay away from that. But it's a good reason to buy Bitcoin now, if that's the question.
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
and I would say maybe one of the biggest reasons, actually, um, maybe it is the biggest reason, is the inflation around the world. You see
mm.
Turkey, Nigeria, and probably like another couple of dozen countries ending up now in hyperinflation. And in these countries, people are buying Bitcoin not because they want to buy Bitcoin or they want to get rich from Bitcoin. No, because they have to. If they don't, their purchasing power of their savings is gone. In like a 1 month, it goes down 50%. So they have to buy Bitcoin. And they are also buying the dollar. But the problem with the dollar is that the dollar is also getting inflated. And very soon the dollar will die from the same fate and go into hyperinflation. So those are some pretty decent reasons. And then let's also, as a bonus, add that Michael Saylor, that lunatic, let's say, is buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And I say
Mm.
he's a lunatic, but actually, in my eyes, he's a legend. Buying so much Bitcoin and even borrowing money to buy Bitcoin, which I don't necessarily recommend because that's also risk involved. But he's buying and he's setting an example for other companies, publicly traded companies that can go in with billions of dollars and even countries. So he's showing the world that it's possible to buy a lot of Bitcoin. I
Mhm.
think those are some pretty decent reasons to buy Bitcoin now. And the last reason is Bitcoin is not even at $100,000 yet.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
we're still early. We're still
Mm.
early. I don't remember the price last time we spoke, but probably it was like maybe 20K or 30K.
Mm.
Um, and I was telling people to buy then. I told them, like, look, if you buy now, you can basically triple your money in like 1 2 years. And I'm saying the same now. You can still easily triple your money in the next 1 2 years. And yeah, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin still, and we're still very early. And if you want to know my price prediction, I would say Bitcoin can easily go to, let's say, $7 million in the next 10 15 years per Bitcoin. And next year, I'm hoping that Bitcoin will be somewhere between 100 and $700,000, which is a big spectrum, but that's my prediction.
You did actually talk about the fact that below 100 you're getting it at a discount. Actually, we watched some of your videos, so you're correct in saying that you were telling people to essentially buy now before it does get to that 100K level. And we've seen in the last few months, of course, with Donald Trump's election, coming president elect now and becoming president, being such a pro crypto candidate, and 80% of the Republicans who are going to run the Senate now being pro crypto, that those are all catalysts for the Bitcoin price to grow massively. We've also seen hedge fund managers like Cathie Wood having price predictions for Bitcoin over 500,000. So institutional hedge fund managers as well, showing the interest and the demand for it. We've also seen, I think, the Michigan pension fund now invest a certain percentage of its pension fund into the asset class. But I think the US using it as a strategic reserve could really push the price higher. So I think these are all good catalysts for the continued growth of the crypto asset moving forward.
Definitely, it's not too late. Anyone reading this, watching this, like, time to buy. It's always time to buy. Actually, um, any time is a good time to buy Bitcoin. Yesterday, tomorrow, today. The most important thing is to get in, because you're gonna most likely pay a higher price if you wait. That's the problem.
Well, this is coming to our question, and the question of the podcast today is Bitcoin still worth buying? And I think the answer to that question, according to Carl, is yes. So just to make that absolutely clear, it's been very volatile. By the way, just out of interest, do you expect a lot of volatility now coming up to when Donald Trump actually becomes president, or what do you see happening in the next 6 months?
In the next 6 months, I predict a big bull market for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I predict a huge altcoin season, as we call it in crypto, where altcoins go 50x, 100x. When you see those absolute insane returns, which of course eventually turns into a bubble, and then eventually it pops, it goes down again, but usually it goes down to higher than where it was before, even for altcoins. But for Bitcoin specifically, you see Bitcoin go up a lot. I think next year, look, if we're lucky, Bitcoin could go to $500,000 next year. But then it's probably going to have a big correction down to, let's say, 100K again, maybe, and consolidate around 100K, maybe even dip down to 70K. People will get fearful and liquidate Bitcoin, and these things are possible. And I am going to be there for the ride. I mean, I've been buying a lot of Bitcoin since 2017. I've been just accumulating. Um, I um, I've put everything I own on Bitcoin. Like I don't have many assets actually. I have Bitcoin. That's what I have. Like I own one real estate, or like maybe a couple, but not much. Like I'm not like into real estate. I have like four or five cars. That's it. A couple of watches, but I don't have anything else. Like I have only Bitcoin, and all of my businesses, everything is in crypto Bitcoin. So I'm all in. Like I'm more than all in. Like everything is crypto for me. So I am betting everything on this bull market now.
Yeah, we've seen a huge run up as soon as Donald Trump actually won, and we've seen a little bit of sell offs around the 90K mark, and I think that's probably people just taking a bit of profit. But as institutions, as you said, as institutions start to come in, I guess you expect that price to continue to rise.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to rise, and I think I think altcoins will get a massive season very soon, because the Bitcoin dominance has been very, very high. And yeah, long story short, like if you buy the right altcoins now, right now, you could make like 100 extra money in the next 6 to 12 months. That said, you can also lose all your money with altcoins. Like there's risk there as well. But if you stick to
Hmm.
like the top 200, like some blue chips, like big good projects, then you should be able to stay away from big losses, I would say. But when I buy altcoins, primarily what my idea is to make more Bitcoin.
Got it.
So when I buy altcoins, I make 50x, I sell, and then I buy back into Bitcoin, and I keep accumulating Bitcoin because that's basically my number one goal, always to get more Bitcoin.
Got it. Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. I hope this answers you guys' question. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We hope you enjoyed it and you learned something today. Thanks a lot, Carl.
Thank you. And everyone watching right now, leave a thumbs up. I think we need at least
Appreciate it.
1,000 likes, 1,000 likes. And subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell. So when he makes another interview with some other person, you will immediately get it. Because as you can see, he's a very good interviewer. So all of these questions are, of course, very important to know the answer to. So subscribe, 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 subscribe.
Appreciate it, Carl, man. We love you. Take care. Bye bye.